Hey guys, what's up? Kevin Buddy over here. Welcome back to Video File Freak. And probably you guys click on this video because you guys want to know more about projection technology. Well, this is going to be episode 1. And this episode we're going to talk about DLP, or Digital Light Processing. That's what DLP means. Or DMD, Digital Micro Mirror Display. What is a DLP? Well, it's technically a chip in your projector that actually makes the visual. But how do you get the color? Why is it, black and white? If the chip is black and white, how the hell does it make color? Well, there's this thing that's called a color wheel, which brings out 3 primary colors: RGB, red, green, blue, and sometimes it'll have white, and then there's another color with it. So that's what a color wheel is in the projector. It'll just spin so fast to sequentially hit the DMD chip to make a color image and then points out of the screen. Wow, that's quite somewhat of a technology, right? Now you guys are wondering, what does a DLP chip actually looks like? Well, I got one right here and I'm going to show you guys. This is an old DLP chip. It was probably made in 2009 when HD was coming into play. And it's actually pretty hefty. Ready? Bam. That is a DLP chip, or digital micro mirror display. Yeah. That is what it is in your projector. Now there's smaller ones, of course, but that's actually what the big boys look like. So this, if I'm going to bring this closer, this, you guys, is a DMD chip, or DLP chip. It's pretty hefty. This goes to a DLP rear projection TV back probably in 2009, probably 2009, 2010, because that's where HD was coming into play. And this guy right here is a 720p DLP chip. So, as you guys can already tell, it's a 16:9 chip, 1280 across, 720 down. So yeah, this is what the DMD chip looks like, or as people like to call it, DLP chip. It's pretty fascinating technology. This thing is actually pretty hefty. It's pretty heavy. Like I said, this actually goes to a DLP rear projection TV. I think it's Hitachi or Sony or LG. I forgot which one. But yeah, in there, inside the 16:9 aspect ratio square, there's a bunch of mirrors. Now, what that mirror does, that chip actually create the visual. So when the signal goes through, when a video signal goes through, each and every individual mirror is actually a pixel on your screen. So each one, if you actually look at it, you can actually find plenty of videos of demonstrations on how DLP chips work, but this is my explanation for it. Video source goes in, this DLP gets hooked up onto a board, onto a processing board, so the DLP chip could display it. So this gets connected to a board, as you guys can see behind. This gets connected into a board, signal goes into the board, video signal, and then that will actually create the image. Now, how does that create the image? Well, each and every mirror in this little 16:9 square is on a pivot. What is a pivot? Well, it's on a pivot. It goes like this, really, 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 really quickly to create an image. Now, how does that really work? Well, light source comes out of the lamp, or laser, or LED if you guys want to go that route. Comes out of the lamp, shines into a color wheel. Now that color wheel, like I said earlier, spins really, 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 really quickly. RGB, red, green, blue. There's a white, and then there's another color if the manufacturer wants to do it. But primary colors, RGB and white. So that color wheel goes really quickly. The lamp hits that color wheel. The light path hit that color wheel, spins really quickly, and then sequentially, RGB and white hits the DMD chip onto the mirrors. And what that mirror does, it moves really quickly to make an image. Now, how do you know? This is how you know that you have a dark scene. So the light source comes from the right side of most projectors, not on the left. Most projectors with the lamp source or any light source comes from the right of the projector. And then that each mirror is on a pivot and it moves really quickly. This is on and this is off. So when you actually look at it, this is on because the light path is hitting the mirrors in the DMD chip, and then this is off. And then that's where you get your black levels because the light source is not hitting those mirrors. So if the light source is coming this way, it's not hitting any mirrors. And then that's where you get your black level. But if the DMD chip, the mirrors inside the DMD chip, moves towards the light, then that's where you get your picture. If it's moving away from the light, that's where you get your dark scenes or dark pixels on the screen. So each and every pixel on this DMD chip is actually a mirror. So it moves really quickly like this. It moves really quickly like this. So this is on and this is off. This is on and this is off. So that's how you get your, that's technically how you get your picture on a DMD chip, is just it doing this most of the time. It goes really quickly. Like this DMD chip and the mirrors inside, these things take abuse before it goes into production. These things actually does take abuse. So they will just keep going on and off and on and off for I don't know how long. It's like a stress test. It just keeps doing this. And then when the DMD chip passes its stress test, it goes into a baggie like this, and then it gets sent off, or it goes into a projector. Or in this DMD case, it should be inside of a rare DMD or DLP projection TV. This is actually a replacement. This is actually not made by DLP. Texas Instruments, this is actually not made by DLP. This is actually a third-party DMD chip. So, yeah, I don't have anything to test it out. I just bought this DMD chip. Well, I had this DMD chip for a very long time to make a video like this, so I could demonstrate what a DMD chip or DLP chip actually looks like and how it works. So, technically, this little guy has millions of mirrors to make up the resolution on the DMD chip. So this one is 720p. So 1280 across, 720p down. Do the math, and then that's how many mirrors is on this DMD chip. So if you actually do the math of 1280 across, 720 down, that's how many mirrors that this guy has. So yeah, that's how DMD chips work. I mean, it's pretty fascinating technology. I kind of like it. I mean, technically all my projectors are DLP. Now, here's the question. When is it a good time, or why is it better to buy a DLP projector than 3LCD and all that other stuff? Well, here's my intake on it. Alright? I hate it when this thing goes out of fucking focus. Okay. Now, the reason why that you will actually use a DLP projector, if you actually do a lot of gaming, these things are really good when it comes to gaming response. Like, you don't really have much input lag on a DLP projector. So these things are actually really good when it comes to gameplay. Another one, black levels. These things are really good with black levels. 3 LCD projectors are good with black levels, but I kind of see like 3 LCD projectors will be good for really good color reproduction because it's a LCD and not a chip. But for home theater use, most people will buy DLPs because number one, they're cheaper. Number two, they're easy to replace. If this thing breaks, like that's one of the things that's wrong with DLP projectors is like each and every mirror could break. Like you'll be having a dead pixel on the screen, and then later on, it'll technically get worse. So these things are actually easy to replace. This DLP technology, well, DLP chips, they're easy to replace in the projector. So that's why a lot of people like these. Good input response when it comes to gaming. Good black levels. Higher resolution. It's a lot cheaper to get a 4K DLP projector than you will with a 4K 3 LCD projector. So these things are really accurate when it comes to 4K. And yeah, they're just great. I mean, I love DLP projectors. They're just great. They're just amazing technology. And this one is just awesome. I love DLP. But yeah, that's about it. That's technically what DLP actually is. It's just this little chip that just creates the image. So this is a DLP chip, but most manufacturers call it a digital micro mirror display. So this is actually a 720p display in my hand. It's crazy. This is actually a 720p display in my hand. That's small. It's nuts. Alright guys, there you go. So that's what DLP is. That's how it works. If you guys want to know more about DLP, you guys could look it up on the Wikipedia. It tells you more information about this technology and when it came out. I might be wrong about my facts about it coming out in the 70s. It could be in the 80s. I think it's in the 80s. I'm just look it up on the wiki to know more information. But that's kind of my brief intake on how this works. And yeah, buy yourself a DLP projector. If you guys are into gaming, movies, good response. It's just great. And people buy DLP projectors for another reason too. These things are actually good with 3D. Yeah, this thing actually does 3D. Everybody should know that if you have a projector, but if you don't, and then you guys are trying to figure out which technology you guys want, 3 LCD projectors actually does 3D, but I feel like that they don't do it that well. I think DLP does it better. So yeah, DLP, 3D DLP projectors. Yeah, they're around and it works really, really well. So there you go, you guys. That is the brief of my intake. Drop that down like that. So that's technically what a DLP or DMD chip is and how it works. So there you go. That's one technology that you could get a hold of in your projector. This guy. Which most of my projectors are DLP projectors anyway. These things are amazing. So, yeah, that's technically what the DLP chip looks like. And that's how it works. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and let me know if this video is actually informative. And let you guys know about this technology. Just great. I mean, just look at it. This is actually a 720p display in my hand. That's a small fucking 720p display, huh? Pretty hefty too. Got some weight. But yeah, this guy is going back in the bag. And then, yeah, I'm just saving this because, I mean, look at it. This thing is just, the technology is just fucking cool. Like, yeah, when you're a projector freak like I am, a projector enthusiast, you always buy stupid shit like this. You just want it because it's cool. Alright, you guys, there you go. That's how a DLP chip works. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and if this helps anybody want to know what a DLP chip does and looks like, well, this is the video for you. Now, if you guys want to see DLP chips in action, there's a bunch of videos that you can look up on YouTube showing you guys how this thing works. And it's pretty fascinating. I watch a bunch of YouTube videos on YouTubers showing how this works in action. It's just amazing. Check it out. Just look up how DLP works on YouTube. It's just, yeah, this thing is just crazy. Alright guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Leave a like, subscribe, favorite, hit that bell notification. Put it in the comments and tell me if you guys prefer DLP projectors or 3LCD, or there's another technology that's called LCOS, liquid crystal on silicon, which this is not what it is. That's a whole different technology. But there you go, you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.